Cancer baby, you don't have to do it all by yourself. You don't have to do it all alone. Is that what I've ever done? Yeah, you don't have to do it all alone. There was an ego death. Something happened. Something happened. You needed someone to show up. They did not show up. You needed someone, you had an expectation of a community member, and they did not. Please do not let this harden. Please know that they might. That's literally their best. That's literally their best. Cancer, I know. I'm cardinal fire, you are cardinal water. That's literally their best. And I'm sorry. Whatever happened, they dropped the ball. I promise you, you do not have to carry this weight all by yourself. I see you as Atlas. Yeah, there was a I keep not wanting to say it. They keep saying there was a death. Yeah, there was a death. Somebody died. And I'm sorry. You don't have to do it all on your own. You don't. Don't let whatever happened around the full moon. And I do it too. I teach this stuff, and then when something happens to me on the full moon, I'm like, I can't believe, what on earth was this? It was the galactic fucking planets, Sarah, that you scripted the moment of your consciousness coming into this fucking body. What did you think was gonna happen? So, this happened with Taurus too, where my rambunctious Aries presentation just kind of like spat out, and there was a death with Taurus too, so I'm sorry. So I'm sorry what happened. Whatever happened. There was an ego death, there was a death, there was like a situation where a family member, someone who was closer than family. No, for some of you this was an ego death. For some of you this was really an ego death. I'm going to leave it. Yeah. We talked about how you can't save everybody. You can't keep everybody on your plate. But someone that you either chose to keep on your plate, some situation really. And the sun's in your house of career up here. Like this is, initiatory energy where there's so much goodness. I don't want whatever. There's like a film of gray over your reading right now, Cancer. Either you popped off, something happened, the full moon, but something outside of yourself really rattled your cage. If you need to take time off, please do. It's okay. Venus is in your sign of soul purpose, healing, closure, and coming home. So if you need to take some extra days off, it will be well received. You probably have some days stored up, so use them. Death is only the beginning. And death in the new world, in the transitioning world, a lot of, and this is multidimensional, a lot of belief systems say that there'll be a little dwarf planet that humans can play out their karma kind of like Pleasantville, and we'll be able to call and be in some sort of galactic way and just be like, hey, how you doing? And they're like, oh, the weather today, my boss tells me I have to show up on Saturday for a few hours, and I'm like, I don't know if I can manage it. My wife, I don't know if she's going to be able to, and it's you get to have as much time on that beautiful dwarf planet as you need to realize the whole thing is a manipulation and a Pleasantville story. But the reason that I'm saying this is that because the planet, is vibrating at a higher frequency and we're going into a more love-filled frequency, if you can't hold that frequency, aka if you just refuse to be a good person, then you got pop off. You got pop off. And your soul chose to have that be the way that it goes instead of, doing things in the high vibe way. So no judgment. There's going to be accessible paths, and even this isn't just my language. A lot of astrologers and, readers and channelers say that, death during these next few years is going to be very different than the normal death. We'll be able to connect to angels. And, for example, my human's uncle passed away. I don't remember how, I think a few weeks ago, over a month ago, I'm not really sure. And we did not have the best relationship in the human way. I didn't talk to him before he passed on. But in the magical world, holy crap salad, he did work quickly. He's processing things quickly. And he is coming for a lot of people in my family to be like, hey, remember that thing that you did? Yeah, someone's coming to talk to you about it. So that's exciting for everyone involved. But yeah, you don't have to do it all alone. I love how deeply you feel, Cancer. It's one of the most powerful things about you, is how deeply you feel. So please feel things so deeply right now. And adding that vulnerability to your public image in a really positive way could, I think, be advantageous for your image. I think that, as, really adapted Cancerians, you don't let your crying emotional face show in public. Like your boss and your, supervisors and the few people that are right below you, they've seen you. But your team and your flock haven't really seen you in that way. Only your inner circle has, as evolved Cancerians. Why not show a little bit of that vulnerability, your softness? Yeah. Or just let a tear show in a meeting or something like that. I think that that'd be really cool. And I think that that's what I'd love for you to focus on as far as planting seeds, is even as a leader, even as, someone who runs companies and businesses, if a level of fame is, someone that I'm talking to right now, you always have to have a very strict boundary. You have your inner circle, the people that know you and have seen you gross and have seen you in your most human ways. And then you have your acquaintances and your team, and then you have your fans. But it's okay to show the acquaintances and the team a little bit of your vulnerability right now, a little bit of your, this person died, or I had to fire this person, or, I just lost this whole thing, or I just had to gain this, or I had to make this really tough decision. And it was a weight that I was carrying for a while, but I did it, and I'm here, I'm standing here. It really affected me. It really fucked my face up. But yeah, I'm here. What's up with you? I think that would be really exceptional. And maybe scripting about, Chiron. Yeah, Chiron. Let me rephrase. The first time, I want you to script out and try to get to the root of what the first time was that you showed vulnerability professionally and it was kind of taken advantage of. I want us to really just look at that scenario, look at that situation, and accept it and move on from it and recognize that you've grown from there. You're okay. You have physical boundaries. You know where the line of acquaintance to fan or team to consumer is. You know where that line is, and you have that line being very straight. But adding a little bit, softening the butter of that barrier over here, Cancer, I think could be really cool. Because with Chiron in Aries, really in your house of career, this is look at the wound. Look at the wound. Jupiter wants to expand really beautifully here. There's so much power that you can hold emotionally, Cancer. There's so much that, the stars want you to have a really amazing, prosperous spot on a really high throne because you can handle it. But yeah, I think really just showing, yeah, really unpacking. I think the work for you right now is like unpacking some wounds, some professional wounds, and just looking at them and releasing them. Saying, wow, that happened and that really sucked and that really fucked me up. And, I'm still dealing with that. Now I can release that, be vulnerable with my team, and show my team that they will then be vulnerable with their team. Yeah. Yeah. Every time you learn, you get to immediately teach. I'm excited for you, Cancer. This is a really exceptional professional time for you, and I feel like it's because of the work that you've been doing. So I'm really excited for you. You don't have to do it all alone. And I'm sorry for your loss. I love you.